What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Today we're going to talk about the black woman's confidence. The black woman's confidence. The black woman's confidence is the most admired version of what it is to be confident on the planet. Like, period. A black woman's confidence is integral to the formation, structure, and health of the black family, the black diaspora, the black community, black culture. And a black woman's confidence is what's considered a threat to white supremacy. It is a major threat to white supremacy. Now, this video is geared more towards females, right? And I want women to listen to this, and I want women to watch this and understand that the hate that you get in society is due to the envy of your confidence. Is due to the envy of the ability of you to express yourself. Also, the confidence and the strength that you have as black women is unmatched because you are the mothers of creation. You are the mothers of humanity. You are the foundation of which all females and their feministic attributes base themselves off. You are the default. You are the measurement. You are that. Right? And despite how you're always sidelined and told that you're not the standard, right, by people who are clearly spending billions of dollars, right, and aggressive intentions to try to emulate you, to try to say you're nothing while cosplaying everything that you are, right? And this is something that, as a black woman, you're going to have to deal with, right? Just like as a black man, right? As a black man, especially more specifically as an African American man, I know that we are looked at a certain way, right? I know that the black man, and specifically the black man of African American stock, is viewed as, in real life, a top shelf masculine man. Therefore, because we are viewed as a top shelf masculine man, based off our ability to express ourselves, right, and our ability to fight through adversity. I don't know why my black lips always mess that damn word up, right? But we are admired for our physical capability, our scientific capability, our ability to create and invent things, our ability to solve problems. We are the ultimate threat to that white man, all right, in this physical plane, right? But also, which flies in the face of all European and Asian culture for the most part, is that the uniqueness of the black society, of African culture in its true form, not when it's skewered or admired or infected by Asian or European religions, Islam and Christianity, which places the woman in a subservient position, right? So Europeans and Asians, when they studied African spirituality and they studied African culture, they noticed that the black woman was held at a high regard, that black women had agency within society, that black women had power within society, and they noticed that it didn't take away from the power and the agency of the black man, right? So, but that flies in the face of how they like to run their societies, where the man is on top and the woman is a second-class citizen. A woman is a product to be sold, to be bargained with, right? Because historically in European culture, women has never had power. Women have always been a thing to be passed along, right? And only now recently have women been able to wield what we would consider power. And the only reason for that, keep in mind, everything that's ever happened in America, as far as any minority group or any marginalized group getting themselves ahead of white supremacy or white men controlling what it is they do, or their access to information or power or finances, everything, every ability any marginalized group of people has ever enjoyed is off the backs of African Americans, men and women, and Africans in general, who had to suffer the transatlantic slave trade due to white European rich people and their greed and their inability to do the things that they had us do because their lack of superiority in those various aspects of life, right? They just were superior at trickery. They were quicker to utilize gunpowder as a form of death and destruction, you know, anti-life, intellectual religions and mechanisms of control. The way they like to live, they were too interested in doing those things and not none of the great things that move society ahead. They didn't want to build any of those foundations. They stole it. Right? So based off African, true, 100% unapologetic African culture, the woman has always been placed in her position. And that position has always been a position of power, right? A position of organization and structure. Even in our society today, as you see, wherever there is a group of black women who are in charge or managing any number of things, whether it be administrative, at the Department of Motor Vehicles, any corporate business or entity, any art form or event, they excel. They get the job done, and they don't bullcrap, and they don't make any excuses. They are excellent at management. And you see the black culture has always known that. And that doesn't take away from the excellent managerial skills of black men, or from our leadership ability, or from our leadership role within the black community, because we are leaders. But there are things, right, within the family, within the village, within the community, within the city, within the overall culture, there are things that's supposed to be set in place. Right, and there are jobs that are specifically made for men and women for the most part, right? Men are supposed to go out of here and do that dangerous thing, and we're supposed to compartmentalize our thoughts, and we're supposed to be rational. We're supposed to bring the bacon home. We're supposed to bring the money home. We're supposed to organize our families' lives and protect them, right? And provide security and things like that, right? That's what we're supposed to do, right? And when it comes to leadership within those realms, you know, we excel in those things when given an opportunity. When it comes to inventing and improving the way, you know, we operate as a society. But women, right? Our women are very integral. The women are our social moral backbone, right? Just like we are the physical backbone, we're the protection of the black community, right? We give the black woman the power to speak her shit, because ultimately everybody knows when you mess with the black woman, you mess with the black man. There's a power. We have so much as a black man. We have so much actual power in nature at which we are not real black men. We're not talking about those males online who spend all day talking trash and complaining and crying about how they can't get a black woman simply because they don't have the mojo, the skill, the charisma, or they have the unfortunate body shape. They're not, or maybe they're just not symmetrical, and it just wasn't in the cards for them this go around in life, right? But as we see, a lot of those weak black men, those weak men of our community, you know, they may make it seem like black men are crying and whining about things they shouldn't, but best believe those are not real men. Those are males who are the weakest link of our society and probably shouldn't procreate anyway, because we don't need those weak men in the future. We don't need to duplicate those kind of black men. We need strong black men, and strong black men know that our women, right, should be protected in order for her to be strong, right, especially in the face of the enemies that we both collectively have as black people. And we back up her words with our strength and our words and our heart and our support, right? We black men, real black men, we allow our woman to thrive, to be her own person, because we know true love and community means that we all are individuals. We do our own thing. We live our own life, and we're not slaves to the other person just because we decided under the Most High or under the ancestors that we decided to be a union, you know, to unionize ourselves and share this life together, right? And that way of living makes white people afraid, because white women are going to want that power. They want to live with a man that allows them to thrive, allows them to be confident in their own skin, allows them to speak, and allow them to speak truth to power without the repercussions of a system that says that they are less than, that they are incapable, right? That they can't do it, right? Because they're inherently by nature less than. That's what religion does. Religion reinforces the second-class citizenry of women, right? And that is one of the mechanisms. That's why religion is, you know, utilized, because men want to control women via religion, right? That's how they justify it, right? But I just need you black women to understand that we need you guys to be strong, because black women are the ones that give the man strength to go out here and do the things that we need to do. And when things get hard, we need that black woman and her ultimate feminine energy to nourish us. Just like you're the nourishing individual in a family unit, right? Your job is to nourish the children, right? To bring the love and perspective and to collect the chaotic minds of chaotic men, of chaotic boys, to bring us back, to let us know that there's a reason why I'm doing all these things. There's joy within his life. That is what the woman is supposed to do. And when a man is weak, because you know your black man is always under attack. When your man is weak, the uniqueness of the black woman is that when their man gets weak, or when he's down, when he's hurt, when he doubts himself, that black woman is just strong enough to pick up the sword. That black woman has always been strong enough to pick up the sword. She's always been strong enough to pick up the shield, to pick up the bow, to pick up the fight, to fight and be almost as effective as that black man when fighting an overwhelming enemy. She is not just a subservient damsel in distress like other races of people, other groups of people have their women be depicted and enforced within their communities, but our black women are our equal partners, right? Though physically weaker than us, but not by that much in some cases, and sometimes stronger than us in other cases, depending on the combo, because our women are very physically capable compared to other women on this planet, right? And so we have to view each other as partners and get away from these white and Asian views of each other. That's not how we roll. Black people, African people roll together when our women are confident, strong, and supported by their black men. That gives them, because just like men need that energy from home in order to go out here and fight those wars, right? Women also need that from their men. So I encourage our men to be more positive towards our black women. Anytime our black women find success, there's a group of men that's going to attack them. There's a group of, and why should black men be among those men that attack them? It's bad enough that our black women are admired throughout the world and everybody else want to be like them, but because they can't, they hate on them automatically. So they have to deal with envy and jealousy and hate and all the side effects of society that comes along with that. And there's nothing they can do. It's not the black woman's fault that she's absolutely gorgeous almost all the time. It's not the black woman's fault that all she got to do is slap some cocoa butter or some shea butter and step outside and pull a lip gloss and she's beat up. While everybody else got to put a whole bunch of manufactured shit to make themselves glow. It's not her fault that she's just naturally beautiful, that her hair can do all kind of things, is that when she wear that dress, she look better than everybody else wearing that dress. It's not her fault. That's what the default looks like. Everything else is carbon copy. When you carbon copy something, you don't get the whole thing. You get a piece, you get a part, you get a portion. All other women are portions of black women. Black women is a whole woman. All right? A black woman is all and everything to everybody, and everybody else are pieces of us. And that is the truth. And people just, you know, what can you do? You were born black. That's just the cards that was dealt for you this go around. You know what I'm saying? Maybe everybody should have just picked black when they came down here. It's not our fault. That's their fault. You shouldn't have came down whatever they are, right? But we chose to come down as God's first creation, and everybody else is a creation of ours, right? And we should demand that respect. When a black woman walks around, she should walk around as the queen, as the biological queen of this planet, and she should conduct herself as such, right? Even when she's having fun or she's letting loose, right? And we need to build that confidence in our women, right? And you just take that confidence, and when you're choosing a man, you make sure you choose a man who can accept that confidence, whose confidence is so high that it matches your confidence. We can't, let the weak men die on the vine. Let the weak black men die on the vine. If they can't figure it out, that's, nature says, law of attraction. Nature says only the strong survive. Those are true rules. So you're going to have to be strong. You're going to have to protrude real, legitimate, healthy, strong masculinity in order to attract one of these fine, strong, feminine black women. That's just what it is. If you can't do that, then you just don't measure up. And that's just the truth. Because just not anybody is masculine enough to get one of our ultimately powerfully strong black African women, because their feminine power is so powerful that not just any masculine energy can handle it. That's the truth. That's why most black women don't want anything but a black man, because only a black man really truly has that masculine energy to make that female energy feel like she's safe, right? But we need black men to be able to make black women feel safe, right? Feel safe to be confident, knowing that that black man will back her up when she has to, when something has to happen, because she chose to speak truth to power, and fight against that machine. Because we already know that machine has no problem putting their hands on a black woman, right? But when they do that, they should be dealing with a black man immediately. That should be the standard. And our women should know that, wherever they are. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. It's Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
People are very angry at the audacity of a black woman to believe in herself. The funny thing is that it goes far beyond just believing yourself, even when you have the receipts to back it up. People get mad at me at my audaciousness of thinking I'm beautiful. They get mad at my audaciousness at thinking that I'm able to raise a daughter on my own. They just get very upset about it. And I find it more curious than it is damper. I understand the question of how do you just keep going, or what do you do? And I'm like, but why wouldn't I? It doesn't make any sense to me. Their problems with me have nothing to do with me.
I'm already prepared to know if I walk in, I may likely be the only black woman, and then I'm like, yeah, let's get this thing going, and I'm going to give you something that you're going to remember. And you know, one of the best. It wasn't a compliment. I knew they didn't mean it that way, but I'll never forget. It was an older gentleman, and he didn't know that it was one of those Mr. Thomas is on the phone, hold please, and he didn't know that I was on the other line, and he was like, I remember meeting her, and guess what? She's African American. Great, and I'm sitting there on hold thinking, he was so surprised about the first time he met me, didn't know I was black, but was saying good things about me even though he didn't hear it. It was just one of those bizarre moments, but I thought that's another time where you take what you think they think could be a disadvantage, you flip it to a positive, and we always have to make, lemonade out of lemons, and using our authenticity, our difference to that advantage. That's right.
One lesson every black woman needs to hear. You are the most beautiful women on the planet. You are the most exotic women on the planet. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not beautiful, from your nose to your skin, to your lips, to your eyes, to your hips, to your stretch marks, to every single thing about you. You are perfectly imperfect, and you are God's perfect creation. And don't let anybody make you feel that you at the bottom of the totem pole, baby. You are the strongest and the softest. So just love you and all of you.
Honey, quiet the noise. You are that girl. Okay? You are bold. You are beautiful. You are more than enough. You are set free. You are healed. You are strong. Okay? You are determined. You deserve it. You are exceptional. Yes, that's what we all should be learning each day, that we are more than enough.
We don't have to be everything for everybody. Something I'm starting to ask people when they ask me and I don't have the capacity is, if I don't do this for you, how would you get it done? And sometimes people are like, oh, I'll ask someone else. And if I don't have the capacity, could you ask them first, please? Sometimes the answer is, I could do it myself. Okay, I need you to do that. I think by being everyone's hero, you are not having faith in the people that you're helping. And I think it's important for us to have faith in the people that we're helping as well, and not making it easy in the sense of eliminating their whatever lesson that they need to learn in that experience. So instead of me saying, I'm going to be your hero and you're not going to learn the lesson, I'm saying, what is the lesson to be learned? How do we learn it? Okay, did you learn it? Okay, now I can help.
If you're a beautiful woman, you're going to piss people off. If you're beautiful and you're a woman of color, it's game over. If you're beautiful and a woman of color, and you're well-spoken, and you're funny, and you can dress, you're confident, you have style, you have grace, you represent something that the majority of people don't think of when they think of a woman of color. The Lord bless you, because you're going to need it. As a woman in general, if you are confident, they're going to hate you. But whatever else you have on top of that just digs a deeper grave. In the workplace, they coming for you. Your friends are coming for you. Men are going to try and humble you. Your friends are also most likely going to try and humble you. We live in a society, unfortunately, where people think if you're beautiful and you know that you're beautiful, that makes you arrogant. Instead of realizing that just makes you confident. And what people don't realize is just because you know you're attractive, beautiful, blessed, gorgeous, etc., you may or may not be a good person. Now, if you're the kind of person that sees everyone as equals regardless of how you look, like myself, I don't treat anyone in any type of deficit because of how they look. I treat everyone the same. However, I know that I am an attractive person. I've been in multiple music videos, campaigns, modeling, pageantry. I've had several situations and doors that have opened because of how I look. So I'm aware of that. But that's not what I lead with. That's not what I think about all the time. That's not what I want to be remembered as when I die. Because in my opinion, that is fickle. It's shallow. Yes, I have good genes, and yes, I've also done work to facilitate certain things, but that's not the have-all, end-all. People don't realize that there are several different types of people in the world, people who see being beautiful as everything, and people who see it as a minute fraction of their entire being. This most likely is going to piss a lot of people off. But if you are triggered by someone who sees themselves as attractive, maybe it's because you don't see yourself as attractive and you wish you had that same level of confidence for yourself and you don't. Because I don't care if a toad hopped up to me and said, I'm the most beautiful thing on the planet. I'll be like, yes, you are, baby. Yes, you are. Because it doesn't bother me. I think everyone should love themselves, should be confident in their own skin. Now, it's a problem when you start comparing yourself to people and you say, I'm the baddest this, I'm the prettiest that, and ain't nobody prettier than me. Then I'm gonna be like, girl, hold on now. Hold on. There's levels now, and everyone has opinions, and everyone is this and that. But even scientifically proven, we have certain features and things that we assess in humans that make us believe they are more or less attractive, like symmetry. So if you are conventionally attractive, regardless of your race, your gender, your age, etc., you know you are. You've heard it, you've seen it, you've been in certain rooms, you've benefited from it. But there's also a lot of crap that you're going to get in your life because of it.
You look me in the eye. Thank you. You're enough. A little anecdote. Go into the water aisle and look at all the water brands that they have put in that aisle. Water like this. That is free for most people, that is available, that somebody can put Voss, can put Fiji, can put Evian, all these things on a whole aisle of water and people will go and buy. If there's enough space in the water market for people to come up with a new water brand every single month, literally every single year, why is there not enough space for you with a unique story, with a unique background, with a unique creative angle to live, to be creative, to bring something to life, to start a business, to be a creator, to go and get that job, all these things? Why is there not enough space for you if there's enough space for 10 million water brands to stay in a water aisle and for people to come in and buy whatever, like the specific water they want? Because there's people who are like, listen, I only drink Voss, I only drink Fiji, I only drink this. Have they gone out of business? Have you heard Fiji going out of business? No. So in a saturated market, like a water brand, where there's damn near 10,000 water brands, why is there not enough space for you? You look me in the eye. Thank you. You're enough. You deserve to be living the life you want. You deserve to be doing the things that you deserve. And yeah, plus just do it. Do it. Nobody cares. The only person who's holding you back from your greatness is you.
You ever notice how early Black kids start shrinking? It's not insecurity, it's training. This country has spent centuries teaching us not to take up space, not to believe in ourselves, not to recognize our own brilliance. And we can see what stolen confidence looks like, right? It's the little boy in class who stops raising his hand because somebody laughed at the way that he speaks. It's the little girl already hating her hair by the time she's 6 years old. It's the teenager who dreams small because every adult around them tells them to be realistic. And then you grow up carrying that. Grown men who don't apply for jobs that they deserve. Women who over-apologize before they even speak. Whole communities convinced that survival is the ceiling because confidence was snatched out of us before we even got a chance to practice it. And don't let anybody tell you that's by accident. This country has always tried to break our confidence first. Enslaved people were whipped for learning how to read because reading builds confidence. Jim Crow wasn't just about laws. It was about forcing you to look down, to step off the sidewalk, to call a white boy sir. That's about shrinking. So if we fast forward, schools erase our history. So you never know the giants you come from. Workplaces call you aggressive for being assertive, but leadership material when a white man does the same thing. Police pull you over, guns drawn, just to remind you who's supposed to feel small here. Confidence has always been dangerous to them because confidence makes you unstoppable. But here's the flip side, because when you know who you are, everything changes. A kid who grows up hearing the real stories, that Harriet Tubman outsmarted an entire system, that George Jackson turned a prison cell into a classroom, that Black women built movements with no recognition. They walk different. They stop asking for permission. They stop trying to fit in boxes that were never meant for us. They know their worth. And once you know your worth, nobody can unteach that. Nobody. So let me be clear. A Black child without confidence, this world will eat them alive. A Black child with confidence, that's a revolution walking. And that's why I'm going to keep saying it until I have no more breath in my body. Never let anyone tell you who you are. Ever. Because the minute you start believing their lies, they've already won. So the real question isn't whether our kids can be confident. The real question is, are we doing enough to make sure that they know exactly who the hell they are?
You don't always feel confident. The path becomes clear as soon as you make the first step. That's it. Just making the first step is important, but this is it too. And this is just something that has come to me at, I'm gonna be 60 this year, is that your purpose is not what you do, it's what happens to people when you do what you do. And when you think of yourself and you think of what your life can mean to other people, how it affects them, how it makes them feel less alone, how it makes them feel more worthy, how it makes them feel more capable, then what it does is it gives you a level of courage to get up in the morning. That's confidence. That's fuel. That's warrior fuel.
Okay. So it's bigger than you.
It is bigger than you. Yeah. Who you are is more important than what you do, basically.
I remember sitting at the back. I was wearing this big Afro hair. So we were in a meeting at a capital markets firm that I worked at. I didn't want to attract any type of attention for the obvious reasons that I was the only Black woman there. I have a facial difference and I'm a foreigner. But somehow attention found me. Everyone that walked in would look at me, smile, go have a seat. And I asked myself, why are these people looking at me? I'm trying to hide and it's not working. And you know what? I didn't know that they've had stories about me. They had stories about this young Black woman who's going to be joining the firm. They had heard about my successes in the capital markets industry. They had wonderful things about me. And there I was dimming my light. They were interested in my brilliance. They were not interested in how I look or that I was Black or that I was a foreigner. This morning it just got me thinking how many women shrink in order for them to be seen as humble, or how many people just shrink and not let their shine, you know? They don't let their success shine because they just want to shrink and be humble. Don't do that to yourself. You're going to limit yourself. You must show up in confidence and show up unapologetically you, and you need to take credit where it's due. When you've done something good, when they congratulate you, say thank you. If this is your vibe, like, follow, share, and comment. We are building a community of brilliant, unapologetic women.
Not talked about enough is your speech pattern as a Black woman. Speaking eloquently will open so many doors for you. Whether it's in business, it's the workplace, or it is content, especially when you're going to events, the way that you speak says a lot about you. You always want to speak eloquently. Speak using full sentences. Read more books. Broaden your vocabulary. Because when you open your mouth, if you want anyone to take you serious, make eye contact, speak with confidence, and just start with pacing yourself and actually thinking about what you're going to say before you say it. That's how you level up and become a more powerful woman. Do you hear me? Especially as a Black woman. Leveling up is not just about your outer appearance, your education, your mindset, your speech pattern.
The number one thing people hate to see, especially with Black women, is how dare you be confident, be happy, and be successful. Let me find something wrong with you.
The only way you're going to be confident as a Black girl is if you completely disconnect. You have to be so confident within yourself that you cannot care what other people have to say about you. The second I learned this, guys, this changed my entire life. I grew up in predominantly white spaces. I went to elementary school, 1st through 3rd grade, being the only Black person in my class. Do you know what kind of psychological damage that does, especially when those white people are very racist? So with that being said, being in the gifted program, not that many Black people, being in sports teams where there's not that many Black people, being in church camps where there's not that many Black people, and so forth. So the only way that I had to unlearn all the self-hate that I had is being able to disconnect. And obviously, it's easier said than done, but the second you realize that you are you and you can't change how somebody else views you, and only you give value to how that person feels about you, then that is the way you're going to be set free. The way I go out now, and I don't have much problem going out or getting guys or male attention at all. Like, I've been very successful in that department in college. Like, of course, colorism exists, but like, I'm not begging to see a guy. But when I know there's blatant colorism and just like basic respect, I literally do not even care. I don't even notice it anymore. I think one of the reasons why I don't notice it anymore or don't care anymore is because I chose to completely disconnect. You don't care about me, I don't care about you.
I always knew my purpose on this earth was to help, but today it got a lot more clear when I was trying to produce content, couldn't think of anything, and then I got on the internet and saw this video of this little black girl, no older than 3 years old, tell her mom that she hated her curls. The internalized racism that starts at such an early age because of the societal beauty standards. Knowing that feeling of that little girl of seeing yourself in the mirror, and because society wants you to, you start to feel ugly. Oh, I get just like, you don't have to own that anymore. I'll own that anymore. There are generations of women within your lineage that have done so much work and are filled with so much beauty, grace, and resilience so that you can thrive right here in the now. It's 2024. We're unsubscribing from that mindset. We are claiming the power back within us, and it starts with investing in black women. Why do so many other black individuals hate each other? There's a huge divide between us black individuals. So when I was a little girl, preschool age, my mom drops me off. At this point, she's a single mom. She drops me off at daycare, right? The little boy, I don't want the black girl here. My mom having this ethical dilemma, like, this is so wrong. Like, she's devastated, and she had to leave me because she was a single mom. She had to go and work. She unenrolled me the next day. And that's a mother's fear, like, to feel like their child is not safe, but then especially black mothers. And so in this video of this little girl, the moms redirected her to doing affirmations, and that is so powerful. When these situations occur as an adult and you feel like you are less than, not worthy because of your race, you have to heal that part of your inner child. You need to give that. You need to nurture that aspect of you that didn't receive any love. You're going to be rewiring your neural pathways, overriding old beliefs, so that you can thrive. You are beautiful. You are so capable. You're so capable. I now feel like my purpose is more clear now than ever, considering all the work that I've done around this. This was an aspect of me that was so deeply rejected within myself, only because I felt like I had to. There was like, my soul wanted to be free. I've always felt beautiful on the inside from a soul level, but it was when I would see myself and I wasn't what society thought was beautiful. So I love you. Sending you so much strength. Black girl, you are beautiful, you are strong, you are unique, you are special, you are talented. You are right on track, baby. Right now, you are right on track. Don't let anybody dim your light.
Being an attractive black woman is a threat. And before you roll your eyes, let me break down exactly what I'm talking about, because it's not even just about the looks. It's literally about the way you walk in a room like you belong there, because you do, but also the way that you carry yourself when you know your worth, the way you set boundaries and you stick to them, keyword. That kind of confidence, it makes other people feel uncomfortable. Suddenly you're not just pretty, but you're intimidating. Your standards now get labeled as arrogance. Your boundaries get called attitude. And your presence, they see it now as competition. Period. But here's the truth. You're not a threat, but what you are is a mirror, because you're reflecting back those insecurities that they haven't dealt with. Yeah, they haven't dealt with them. So you shine light on the parts of themselves that they wish they had the courage to embrace. So keep walking in with your head held high, girl. Keep loving on yourself and out loud, because the ones who can't handle it, well, the honest truth is we wouldn't want them anyways. They were never meant to stand beside you in the first place. So keep shining, girl.
Every post-Reconstruction story is the story of a question. It is the question that confronted Sophia and Harriet when they sat down in that basement in 1881. It is the question that has confronted Black women in this country in every generation since. And it is the question that confronts every woman in this arena today. What do you do when the conditions are not in your favor? You build anyway. Now, graduates, the women who walked into that basement in 1881, they are not just historical figures. They are the architecture of your moment. Because in the years that followed Reconstruction's collapse, while the country was making itself smaller for Black people, it was our ancestors that made themselves bigger. They built Spelman, they built the Divine Nine, they built the NAACP, they built the legal scaffolding that would become the Civil Rights Movement. And they did all of that, not because the times were good, because they were not good. They did it precisely because the times were bad. That is your inheritance. And I'm not going to stand on this stage today and tell you that the country is fine. The country is not fine. We are not okay. We are in a hard moment in America right now, and pretending otherwise would frankly be an insult to your intelligence and to your future. I believe we are living in another post-Reconstruction moment. During your 4 years on this campus, you have watched rights you assumed were settled get rolled back. You have watched diversity, equity, and inclusion be branded a threat, defunded, dismantled, even mocked. You have watched the most powerful voices in this country suggest that a woman, and especially a Black woman, may never be president of the United States. This is not 1877. But the architecture of that moment, the slow and sudden rollback of Black progress, that is familiar. And so the same question stands. What do you do when the conditions are not in your favor? It is the same answer. You build anyway.
Number one, my hot take is that Black Americans are who they think they are. They are the moment, they are the culture, and I think they have the most impact in this country, and as Africans, we owe them more respect.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, she's definitely Black. She's definitely...
Oh, man. Oh, man.
The texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such an extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.